Welcome to another episode of Run the Play Wrestling. Today we have a very, very, very special video. You know why it's a special video, John?
Because it is the one of the best things happening in wrestling right now. That's why it's a very special
Yeah,
video.
that's true. This is also our first video dedicated strictly to AEW. Our first one, I think we're both
Oh,
you're getting there. We're both big AEW fans, I'll say.
mhm.
And I think the Continental Classic is one of the best things on American soil. Tournaments in wrestling are nothing new, but as far as like big promotions doing them, I feel like they don't do a great job other than AEW. Like this John Cena last time is now tournament kind of has turned into a mess. So seeing some great weekly wrestling every single week is what I want, and that's what we're getting with this promotion. Hey, if you guys love AEW, make sure to like, subscribe, follow because we do stuff like this all the time. All we do is talk wrestling really on this channel, AEW, WWE. John, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. We just got past Thanksgiving, right? So I'm feeling a little extra fat today.
There you go.
um, I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these matchups. We pretty much, not to get too forward with it, but we pretty much have like the same vibe
Yeah,
going on here
yeah,
with our thoughts on this. And if we're right, you guys are going to be in for some really really good wrestling
yes.
coming few weeks here.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get the matchups either way, and we had some good wrestling this week. I
Hmm.
think we should start with some of the matches we've already seen so far. Um, that includes Kyle Fletcher versus Okada, which was kind of a swerve. I feel like everyone and their mom thought Okada was gonna win, and that Fletcher beat him on a roll up. Did you watch that match? What did you think about that match?
Um, I kind of like seeing a roll up nowadays in AEW specifically because you don't really see that as much in AEW. I mean, there's distraction finishes across all promotions right now. That's kind of the thing that's hot. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, who's an incredible wrestler, and Okada, who's such an incredible wrestler, both strong style, both technical wrestlers. The roll up is funny. I think that's hilarious. I don't know. I thought it was booked to be kind of funny, especially against someone so serious as Okada. I think that's also a thing too. It's like it shows that Kyle Fletcher, while still being the younger, less experienced, less veteran fighter and wrestler, that's a brilliant finish. He does the cheeky cheap thing to get it, which could be
Yeah,
a good feud in the future too.
yeah, I think
Like
it's setting up to that implosion of the Don Callis family, and we'll get to it like
mhm,
when it happens. It's gonna
all
be super
40 of them.
entertaining to watch. Yeah, a world bloodline
All
civil
40.
war.
But
Don
how
Callis.
many, like, for real, how many members are in the Don Callis family? Like, there's a lot.
Okay, let me see if I got this in the bag. Okay, you want to pull up a list? Please do. But
Okay,
let me
here.
see if I could.
Let me see. Cause like genuinely, I'm like,
I want to say there's like 12, but if I'm name dropping, there's Josh Alexander, Okada,
oh, okay, there we go.
Takeshita, Fletcher are the easy ones, and then there's like Hechicero, um,
Uh-huh.
Lance Archer,
There, yep.
um, there's Mark Davis. Is that his name?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a couple that I see here. I don't know if this is an up-to-date list, but there's a few here that you've missed.
I'm missing. There's a little guy, like a little Mexican looking guy, but I'm blanking on his name. And he always fights the Rizzler in them.
There's the
um,
guy with the yeah. So what I see here, Wardlow,
I
El
forgot he's
Clon,
hurt though. El Clone, I
um,
fucking and
El Clone.
yeah,
It's what's his name? The small guy is I don't know. It's just his headshot, so I can't see if he's tall or not. But it's a Hitch
Hechicero. I got him.
Hichisero,
I got him.
Trent Barada,
Trent
Beretta,
Beretta and the other guy. There's two guys. It's Trent Beretta and then who's the other guy?
Wardlow Clon, Josh Alexander, Mark Davis, Rocky Romero.
Rocky fucking Romero. That's who I'm thinking of. He's always
Yeah,
beefing with the
that's where it
Riddler
is.
and Big Justice. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anyone else big?
Nope, you got pretty much everybody.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I miss Clone and
El
those two,
Clone
whatever.
and Rocky Romero is all you missed, I think, and Trent Beretta.
Yeah, whatever. We're fine with
So,
it. We
but that's a
also had
lot of people.
it's a big family. I think a feud with them would be entertaining. We also had like Darby Allin lost to Kevin Knight, which was a very good match and a very good finish because I didn't expect the loss to happen, especially so clean. Um, what did you think about that? Did you catch that match?
Yeah, I did. And remember, he just recently went through the fire. He just got burned. And we were talking. He's kind of selling the injury thing right now. Which I'm not opposed to with Darby Allin. I told you that this, and I'll tell you guys now. This Darby Allin being in here is kind of weird to me. I don't really take him for like a King of the Ring style tournament or even a tournament style fighter. I take him for more so that like his gimmick. I don't think would be interested in a straight wrestling match. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why he was in this or why his character would even care about this straight wrestling match tournament style thing going on.
It's like going to like Chick-fil-A and getting a burger kind of. Like
Yeah, or it's like seeing a monster truck in a NASCAR race. You're like, what are you
yeah, it's
doing?
like I'm cool with it, Like
Yeah.
he's a good wrestler, but like it could be so much better,
I
Like
don't want to
seeing
see
the
Darby
other
Allin doing chain wrestling. I know he could
yeah.
do it very well. Don't get me wrong. He did great in this match. They both had a great match. It just felt weird. I'm like, it's like, are we seeing like developmental footage? Like that's kind of what it felt like. I don't know. Darby Allin's just the guy that like just does crazy shit and kind of like those types of gimmicks that are like that. Like you didn't see Sandman, you didn't see Sting in just like any feud. You know what I mean? Like when they were like with when he'd come out with the freaking kendo sticks or Sting come out with the barbed wire bat and then go have a straight wrestling match. Like Triple H and Randy Orton when they had their blood feud after Triple H broke into Randy Orton's house, they just had a straight wrestling match. Kind of like that. I think Darby Allin is a character that should be reserved for those maybe not extreme wrestling matches, but extreme styles of matches. And this match did just feel kind of normal to me.
And that's how they're
I
all
liked it
gonna
though.
feel. But I think maybe I play devil's advocate a little bit. I think he could take a loss, and I think that's why he's in it. I think he's gonna lose a lot. We both kind of think that. We'll talk about that in a bit. The other big match that I wanted to talk about, and there were other matches that played out, but Takeshita versus Roddy Strong was a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
Takeshita beat him. We saw Blue Thunder Bomb onto the apron on Roddy Strong's neck. I thought that was crazy. But yeah, I think we could just dive right into it. I think if I'm ranking the blue league, and we could go one by one, I guess. I think last place in this division will be a tie between Orange Cassidy and Mascara Dorada.
Um, I put Mox and Orange Cassidy as tied for last.
Okay.
I don't know. I just see for kind of the same reason Mox so low as Darby Allin is so low. Just straight wrestling. This isn't his beat. You know what I mean? This isn't Darby Allin's. This isn't his thing. This isn't Moxley's thing. This is more so for a wrestler like Claudio or Okada. I'll just pull names out of nowhere with no implications to that, you know? Um, but like, that's what I mean. It's more so that type of wrestler tournament. I don't think it's a Moxley tournament. I don't think this is Darby Allin's tournament. But I have Mox and Cassidy at the same with Orange Cassidy. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
he's a great
it's just
wrestler. He
not
does
for him.
cool shit, but like this isn't for him. You know,
I think
he
Mox
could take
could
a loss.
perform well in this. Like, I think Mox does have that straight wrestling in him, but it's just not the right time. I think
It's not
there's
his
more.
gimmick right now, is what I think. You know, and
Yeah,
also Mox needs to look weak right now because the Death Riders are about to be. I think my theory is the Death Riders about to be kicking him out because he's tapped out what 4 times in a row, 3 times in a row now. I mean, yeah, sure
but
he's getting
hey,
hung by a chain, but
yeah.
he
I
has
I
tapped
have
out.
I have Moxley number 4 in this bracket. And
I
I
have
mapped it
Dorada
out match
above
by
him.
match. Um, John's not as familiar as me with this kind of format, so I kind of went through the bracket and I picked who I think they're going to beat, what's going to happen. And obviously, Mox already has a win, so he has 3 points on the board. I have him losing every other match other than Roderick Strong. I think they're going to tie. I think they're going to tie. I think we're going to hit the 20 minutes. And I think a lot of people are kind of thinking Roddy's going to join the Death Riders. I don't think he's going to do that, but I do think you could kind of tease that if they tie. And it's like, oh, you didn't even beat Orange
Mhm.
Cassidy. You didn't beat Roderick Strong. The only person you beat is Mascara Dorada. I think we both agree Claudio's probably going to beat Moxley in this tournament as well when they match up. Um,
They
so
should.
that's
He should at
why,
least.
yeah. Who would you have number 4?
Dorada.
Yeah. And I think that's fine too, because it's kind of tough to just put someone in a tournament that doesn't work there and like you're going to get last place, But as long as he
That's
puts up the
WWE
match.
booking right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Zack
Yeah.
Ryder, baby.
Woo woo woo. Yeah, and Dolph.
So our top 3 is the same then.
Yeah.
And at number 3, I have Roderick Strong.
Me too.
I think he's
Yep.
going to beat Dorada. I think he's going to beat Orange Cassidy, which will be interesting because they're both in the conglomeration together. And I think maybe they do tease, or maybe Roderick Strong does leave the conglomeration, but I don't think he's going to join the Death Riders.
I just think Roderick Strong is a very, very good worker. The Blue Thunder Bomb to the apron was disgusting. And yeah, I'm just so used to the Blue Thunder Bomb being kicked out because Simon Miller's kind of ruined that move for me a little bit. But it's a great move. It looks so good.
So good.
You know, it's
Especially
just
when someone's good at it.
like the up and then the spin into the sit down, and it's a very safe move too. Actually, if you're doing it in the mat, it's actually kind of a nice move because you could kind of just all come down together.
Isn't it kind of just pretty much a flat back? Like,
it's a flat back bump, but you can kind of there's versions of this where you can spin them and do it forward and not sit down with it. That hurts way more because you have to do it more perfectly. But when you do this, like the Sami Zayn, how he sits down and kind of lands spread leg with them right between
which
his
I
thighs.
like better.
And then he could kind of just go straight into the pin from there. That one's it's very safe as long as you don't over rotate. Very safe bump. Keep your chin tucked. You're fine. But yeah, I always pop seeing the Blue Thunder Bomb actually do some damage. But yeah, Roderick Strong, great wrestler. This is more his beat, I think. Yeah,
I could see him winning the tournament in like for Kyle O'Reilly way if they want to take a complete curveball because Kyle O'Reilly's knocked out and because there's so many people from like Don Callis family and the Death Riders on his side of the bracket. I don't think that's where they're gonna go with it. That would be like the only way. It's clear though we have the same top two in this one. I have Claudio number 2 and Takeshita number 1. I don't think Takeshita is gonna lose a match in this tournament.
I have it flipped. But yeah, I have Claudio number 1, Takeshita number 2. But I mean, I could easily see it the other way. I could also see Claudio just the way that sometimes they book him. I could see him getting knocked out real soon. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those things. It's like it's razor thin. The top of this brackets, the top of this is very thin, razor thin for me when it comes to like which way things go.
Something interesting that happened this weekend, actually. Claudio just won the CMLL world title. He ended like I guess the champion was champion for 3 years. So
what sorry, what promotion is that?
it's like the Mexican promotion that works for AEW. Like WWE has AAA, they have CMLL. That's where Mascara Dorada's from too.
This European guy comes in and just beats the resident Mexican, and it's like, bye, sorry. You know, you've been here for years,
too, bro. A 3-year streak. Like, imagine Roman lost to an outsider on his fucking. You know, like it's just a weird ass. But maybe
someone owes someone a favor over there. That seems like some insider shit happened there.
So that tells me they're gonna book Claudio Strong for this. But I still think Takeshita wins, or maybe they tie and they both finish number 1 in the bracket. Let's head over to the Gold League now. And if you guys aren't familiar with how this works, I feel like maybe I should have said that before. You get 0 points for a loss, 1 point for a draw, which is just a 20-minute match. So if you hit over 20 minutes, it's a draw. 3 points for a win. The first place and the runner-up of the Gold League will fight the first place and the runner-up of the Blue League, and then the winners of those matches face off. Pretty much. That's what World's End, the pay-per-view, is going to be. It's amazing wrestling once again. In the Gold League, this one feels a little bit more everywhere. Like there's just a lot of
it's really weird.
Wrestling. Yeah.
It kind of seems like there's only like one route to go.
Yeah, but there's a guy that I want to see go far, and we'll talk about it in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But last place, Darby Allin. For me, I just think you're selling it. He lost to Kevin Knight. If he loses to Kevin Knight, I could see him losing to Pac. I could see him losing to Fletcher. I could see him losing to Okada. Maybe he picks up the win against Speedball Mike Bailey. But in mine, I actually have Speedball beating him, and I have Darby Allin pinning Pac, and that's his only pin of the tournament. Just because I think it would make like sense of him getting his like revenge, I guess, on Pac, and that's the only win he really needs in this tournament. You know, he doesn't need to beat these other guys.
Yeah, whatever Darby's doing here is to set up a feud outside of this. Kind of like a lot of the other tournament going on right now in WWE. It's like a lot of it is just a bunch of setting up stuff. But this makes more sense than the other tournament going on. Like this is way better. This is This is way more to the point, way less scattered, and we see the structure before we even go into it, which shows that there's some forethought going into this. So there's got to be a reason Darby's in here, like you said, to take a loss and also maybe to forward the feud.
Yeah,
Even if he doesn't beat Pac, I think like or Pac or Pac.
I think it's Pac.
Because
I was saying
I've
Pac.
heard it so many different ways.
I'm
Pac
gonna
reminds
stick
me of
with Pac
Tupac.
from now on because Pac, they call him like the bastard Pac. I think that's what the announcer says. So I'm just gonna go with
Gotcha.
Pac. But if you go with Pac, I'm not going to. It's actually
I'll
Pac.
say it's actually yeah. It's
Yeah.
so
Do you even
Pac. I
watch
don't know.
wrestling?
I see Pac. Realistically, I think he should beat Darby Allin, but I don't know. Maybe they're setting up a feud. I hope so. It'd be good matches. And then honestly, seeing Darby do more straight style matches. I mean, I know I'm kind of hating on it right now, but like maybe that's the turn. Maybe Darby's like, maybe I shouldn't be falling off ladders every match, and I'm that toxic fan that just wants to see that every time now. But like, yeah, maybe Darby's setting up more of like a let's be legit. Let's be a little bit more of like a legit based grounded wrestler and get that established as well. And I think Pac is a great guy to do that against because he's like one of the best and also juiced out of the gills, which more power to you, man. That's crazy. Like I said, literally his shoulders are bigger than his head.
It's insane. His build is fucking insane.
But Darby's last place for me too. Well, in 6, like I think he might get one win. I wouldn't be surprised if he even loses to Pac for some bullshit reason and has a reason to fight him again. You know?
So if he doesn't beat Pac, you think he beats Speedball? Because I don't think he's gonna beat Okada or Fletcher.
No, he will not. He will not beat Okada or Fletcher.
Uh-huh.
I think he's going to get abused by them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be horrid. Speedball, I can see him beating beating Speedball. I can also see him losing to Speedball. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get many wins in this. I just think it's going to be more of like or maybe they're going to go the injury route and he's going to get knocked out and they got to last minute replace him with somebody but do it in storyline because he's kind of injured, kind of beat up. Maybe he just
Maybe
can't keep going or something. I don't know, but
replace
I
him with
don't see
Adam
this.
Cole.
This is his tournament.
Yeah.
Adam Cole with a helmet on.
Yeah. Fuck it. No. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this is really built for him. But again, it's just cool seeing him on week to week television, being one of the bigger stars. That's what's cool about having these tournaments. My number
Yeah.
5. This is where I have Speedball Mike Bailey. I think he's gonna beat Darby Allin, and I think he's gonna tie with Kevin Knight. So that would give him 1 point more than Darby Allin. Just because him and Kevin Knight are a tag team, they're gonna have a fun 20-minute match. I don't want to see them break up, so I think having them tie would be an easy way to give them both a point.
So that means you have Kevin Knight at 4, right? Kevin Knight and Speedball Bailey tied 4 and 5.
I don't. I actually have Pac at 4. Excuse me.
Gotcha.
I'm a huge Pac guy. I'll just jump into it, and I have him beating Speedball, and I have him beating Kyle Fletcher, and like oh look, he's still like that guy, even though he's not winning the tournament type of vibe.
Yeah, he'll lose to Okada. I get you.
Just have that. Have Kevin Knight get the win on him too.
I have Kevin Knight as 5, Speedball Bailey as 4, but I have them tied. I don't think one is going to get the one edgewise over the other. I don't think they're trying to disrupt too many storylines in here. I think the other team color, what is
bracket,
whatever group of people, the other bracket is. I think there's a lot of twists that can happen in this one. I don't see them breaking up a tag team, especially in a place where tag teams do really well. AEW does really well with their tag team division. I think WWE can take some notes.
Please.
I think Kevin Knight and Speedball Bailey will be tied for 4 and 5. But I think this bracket will have a good showing. Like everyone's going to look pretty decent. It'll just be a winner, you know. And someone's got to be 4th, someone's got to be 5th.
I agree because my scoring for this one is a lot closer than my other bracket. I have a lot more guys in that like mid-range kind of. The other one, it's kind of like top heavy, and then everyone else is underneath. Because I think Takesha is going to run the gauntlet, and I think Claudio could run the gauntlet. Everyone else, I don't think really has a chance. And this side though, like, and honestly, I might have had it differently if Kevin Knight didn't already beat Darby Allin, but that just kind of tells me that they want to do something different in this tournament.
Yeah.
And Kevin Knight was a guy that I wanted to be in the top 2 bad. I wanted to put him over Fletcher or Okada, but when I look at it the way I did it, with match by match, it just didn't add up that way. And that's why I love this tournament, because this tournament is like sports. Like it feels like March Madness watching this and trying to predict this.
It feels important too.
Yeah, being able to revisit this after and say like oh, look at this, I predicted this many matches. Like we could definitely do an episode on that too
Mhm.
after World's End. But what is your number 3? Because I talked about 4 and 3.
Pack.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
him. Yeah, one of the last things I remember from when we were watching the last
The one we
AEW.
got together?
No, actually, no, it was Blood and Guts. It wasn't. It wasn't the pay per view. It was Blood and Guts. I remember just thinking to myself, okay, this is someone I really need to pay attention to this for the rest of this year and this upcoming year. And we'll do a video. We talked about doing a video about our like 2026 predictions for AEW and WWE. Like we could do separate things there. For me, I could just say now Pac holding big gold at some point.
Okay.
Not for
Okay.
like a long time, some sort of gold. I'm not saying the AEW title, but some big promotion's main title that they work with. You know what I mean? I think Pac's going to have a title. He's going to have gold.
Okay.
Um,
I don't hate it.
that's one prediction I have. I really like him. He's a freak athlete. He does everything. He does the high flying stuff really well. He does the strong style really well. He does the technical wrestling really well. He does the submission wrestling really well. He is a freak athlete in the sense that he doesn't blow up. He doesn't get tired. He can keep going. He can do an Iron Man match. He can do a 5-minute squash match. Like I don't know. I think Pac is super underutilized. His short hair looking like a Greco-Roman wrestler is like super sick. I don't know. I'm super hot on him right now. So I have him at 3. I don't think he's going to go much further than Fletcher and Okada, but I don't know. I can see Fletcher. I'm really 50-50 on that one. The fact that
On who's this
Fletcher is
one?
rolling people up, I'm like, okay, so this is like Freaky Fletcher might like lick him or something and like like do something weird, like maybe like make him slip on a banana peel and
Well, I mean, even Fletcher technically has a tiebreaker over Okada already, you know? Or are you saying Fletcher and Pac?
Fletcher and Pac. I mean, their match. I don't know. I don't know.
I have Fletcher, or no, sorry, I have Pac beating Fletcher,
You
but I
said
don't have
Pac beating Fletcher, but I
Yeah.
don't know about. I just think I could see Fletcher beating Pac too, but I think
That's a match I'll
I
be in
still
my
have
seat for.
you be sitting watching the whole time.
Straight, get the popcorn out, boy. I'll be in there.
But I have Pac at 3 right now. I just really like Kyle Fletcher. I
Hey,
just
I'm not mad at it.
he's funny and he's good at wrestling and he's also funny in his own intense way. It's like he's just so weird.
He's just Australian. Like it's what he is.
Yeah.
It's just him yelling in
He kind of
Australian.
reminds me of Ian Gary a little bit.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
a
Like
cocky
that's the
little
type of
prick
energy.
kid.
Like I don't like Ian Gary, but I also really like him at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Like it's the same type of thing. Ian Gary, if you're not a UFC fan, that's a UFC fighter. I realize this is a wrestling podcast or video. So yeah, Ian Gary's a wrestler and kind of similar weird energy. Like just I don't know, but I like Pac at number 3. I like Kyle Fletcher at number 2 for me. If I could jump forward a little bit, which
Go ahead.
for me only leads to number 1 being Okada.
I have
You
them
know,
flipped. So it's funny we talked about this before the show, but
we flipped,
we
yeah.
have the same 1 and 2, but they're flipped. I have Okada 2, Fletcher 1. The big thing being that Fletcher already beat Okada, and I think that's going to be Okada's only loss of the tournament. I think Fletcher's only loss will be Pac,
Yeah.
and Fletcher just has the tiebreaker. So now what happens is, at least on, we'll talk about your side first, okay? Let's jump into it. Let's just go through the rest of the tournament for you. So you'd have Okada versus Takeshita and Fletcher versus Claudio, which actually fuck it, because I have the same thing as you. So
Well, because I think Okada and Takeshita, I would rather see them, and I would rather see Fletcher and Claudio. I just think those matches are going to be better matches, so that's why I put them there. I'm not putting it from a who's better perspective. I'm just trying to do it from a booking perspective of what would a fan want to see, and what would be a better match. You know,
the whole tournament ends on World's End, right? So we'll see a combination of these 4 if it goes that way. A lot of people, I think the common thing is we want to see Okada versus Takeshita in the championship rather than in the first round, I guess, or in the tournament phase. But I think this works out better because Takeshita could beat Okada here, and then you could have him lose to Fletcher or Claudio, and it's not a big deal. You know,
totally
we just want to see him beat Okada. You know, it's not about the title. He already has that big I want to say it's the IWGP title. Fucking sick ass looking title. But on my side, I have Takeshita beating Okada, and I have Claudio beating Fletcher, and then I have Claudio beating Takeshita in the championship. So I have
that's
Claudio
pretty
walking
much what I
away.
have.
with the international championship. I think you get the progression of every storyline in this. You get Takeshita beating Okada, so it's fun. You get a champion in the Death Riders, not named John Moxley, with a big gold belt. And sure, it kind of leaves Kyle Fletcher as like, what do I do? But I think what's going to end up happening is Takeshita and Okada leave the Don Callis family, and it's Kyle Fletcher's team from there on out.
Kyle Fletcher, I'm not worried about him. He could lose and get knocked out now, and I still think he'll make a name for himself in this industry.
Yeah.
So honestly, when you look at someone who's so over, well, he's not, you know what I mean? He's over, but he's not like one of the crazy huge, but he's so good and he's so his supporters and fan base are so stable that he could take a loss and be fine.
And he's
I
still
do think Claudio
young.
takes it. He's very young. I think he's young too. He's like the 24. Let's see. I think we
He's
looked this up last time
26.
too.
26. And you know, if
Yeah.
if Osprey returns and let's say they put the championship on Joe because they want Osprey to have it going into All In, Kyle Fletcher versus Will Osprey main eventing All In is not an unrealistic thing. So I think Kyle Fletcher still comes out of this tournament as a winner, having so much success in it. But I do think best case scenario is Claudio leaves this with the title and Takeshita leaves this beating Okada. I think that just moves everything the way I want it to
Takeshita
go.
beating Okada is what I flip back and forth between. That's the thing where like I really don't care either way. I think I think you can go story wise, interesting directions with whoever wins. But Takeshita winning would be ideal, and then Claudio taking it at the very end. I don't know. I'm also just super hot on him. I always thought that he should have had gold a long time ago. Even AEW, weirdly, he's booked strong, but even AEW feels like they don't want to pull the trigger for some reason on him.
I
So I think
wonder
this is the
what
opportunity. You know what I mean? I think this is the time, the perfect time for him to do his thing too, because he's a technical wrestler. You know, like this guy is great. This is his thing. This whole tournament screams Claudio to me or Cesaro.
I don't know
But
what singles titles he's had in AEW. I know he had the trios.
has he had any singles titles?
I don't know. I'm trying to find. I'm on Cage Match right now. Let me see titles. He had the ROH title, but yeah, he hasn't held a singles
No,
AEW.
Claudio has not.
His last time holding a singles title, other than the CMLL World Heavyweight title he just won, was in 2013 when he held the US title.
I am more convinced now than ever that it's his time. And if it's not, then he should just fucking go somewhere else because like what's the point? Um
And you
yeah.
could set up Cesaro versus Moxley, you know? Like and that who would complain about that, you know?
And imagine in this storyline, Moxley is just a forgotten about 4th place, 5th place. And Claudio gets the gold, and Pac does well, and Pac beats this guy, Pac beats that guy, and he even did better than Moxley. Moxley, out of all the Death Riders, did the worst out of anybody, and that, you know what I mean? Like it really sets up that angle, you know. Which almost makes me think, what if they just have Pac win the other side, and it's you know what I mean? But then still lose, but like makes it to like the last 3, you know, the last 4, like Pac's in the end, just so they can really twist the knife. I don't think they care too that much about the Death Riders, like really imbuing that into this. I don't think you need to, but I don't know. I think Claudio deserves the win. He deserves the gold.
It would be cool to have like the matchups be a Death Rider versus Don Callis and on both matches, you know. But I just don't think
It's
I don't think they're
basically
gonna
war games, but tournament style is what's happened. Is what that would be, you know, like.
If Claudio wins, I'd want him to hold it for a while too. I think him holding it into All In because he's from Switzerland and All In's in London. Is that close to each other? Or am I just a dumb
It's
American?
over there. It's over there, you know.
So I mean, having like a Claudio versus whoever at All In, or maybe even Claudio Kyle Fletcher if they don't want to run Osprey Kyle Fletcher, because this title won't be treated as big as the AEW World Championship. At that
Wait,
spot,
Switzerland to where? What I'm gonna look up the flight.
London.
London. See how long that flight is.
Am I a dumb American?
Oh, it's an hour 40, 2 hours. That's nothing. That's
See,
nothing.
so
But to them, maybe it's a lot.
you'll have fans there, but I bet there's a lot of Swiss people that live in London because that's not too far apart. I
They
don't know.
like immigrants there, actually. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I all in all, if you're not watching this tournament, put it on, man. because it's about to be some elite wrestling. Uh, I was gonna outro it, but let me ask you one more thing, and I think you kind of made it clear, but let's get a confirmation here. If you had a dark horse, not those four guys, would it be Pac?
I think so. If it's gonna be someone random coming out of nowhere, Pack, yeah, 100%.
I think for me, it would be Roddy. Because, like you said, this is a Roddy style tournament, and I think they might be
Mhm.
setting up a conglomeration blow up. Roddy and the Death Riders. There's just a lot of ways they could go with him winning it. But I think Pac, if Pac wins it, I wouldn't want to see Claudio be as successful in it because I don't want to see
Yeah.
like everyone in the Death Riders. Like I want it to be clearly Claudio's group after this ends.
Yeah.
There's
I'm always hot on Claudio. I think he's just one of the best wrestlers. He just does it perfectly. So yeah, that's my prediction.
simple. Well, thank you guys again for listening to this whole episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow. If you're an AEW fan, this is the place to be because we do WWE, but we do AEW as well as proven here. Again, thank you for listening. John, you got anything else to say, brother?
Code RTP Boom Fantasy, help us out. We'd love your support. We'd love QR code. Wait, oh, that way. There we go. Right over there. Yeah. Use your phone. It'll work perfectly too. They got bingo going on right now. You make a bet 3 times your payout. You can get at minimum if you hit. So up to 1,000 though after that. So between 3 times and 1,000 times your bet, you can hit. There's a lot of layups happening in sports right now too. So make sure you get on betting for that. But that's all I have.
This is the easiest way to support the show. So if you want to hear us talk about AEW, WWE, scan the code, deposit $1, and you're supporting the show. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We out.